Hi Gemini, this is your general tarot reading for Gemini Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of September. Gemini, let's do as we always do and shuffle the cards and wait on all the right ones to come out, and in the meantime let's talk about these energies that you might feel throughout the month. So Gemini, we leave August and enter September under that big full moon that's happened in Pisces, and it's happened for you in your 10th house, the house of your career, the house of where you stand out in the spotlight, stand out as a responsible person, a respectable and decent person, where all people can come and look at you. And say from the end of August and into September, you're feeling a bit worn out by all of these things, by work issues, by always trying to put on the good face, always trying to stand out and be seen as, like I said, being responsible, taking control, taking charge. There's probably been a lot of expectation on your shoulders there when it comes to your career in particular. And also maybe when it comes to a male figure, probably a father figure or some other official authority figure, say. You could have had a lot of time where all your effort and energy and emotion went into pleasing them out there. Yeah, pleasing something that other people might look at. So if you're doing something creative, you just felt a huge level of responsibility to please other people and to make what you're doing or what you're creating in your career, to make it look good. So you realize that as we come into September that you've really put too much emphasis and emotion on those things, helping other people, dealing with other people, and now it's time for you to do what your soul wants, which is the Sun in the 4th house. Go home, chill out, relax, and get back in touch with what you want, with what you desire, to recover, to relax, to be at peace, to have time to work things out where it's been go, 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 communication, emails, everything, blah, 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 high tension. You need this time now, my love, all through September to really go with that gorgeous zone of shutting the door, putting on your favorite movie. You know that one movie that you have that definitely every time you watch it makes you cry, whatever it might be. Could be an old movie, it doesn't matter, but there is that one movie that you have saved forever, your forever film, that definitely always gets you back into the feels. Yeah, here's your first card. I'm going to lay it down there and wait on the other ones to come out, Gemini, as always. So this wonderful, nourishing time that you have at home, the first thing that really is a good idea to do here, Gemini, is to take time to prioritize what you can minimally do, say, in your workspace, to keep it ticking over, to keep it going, to stay in the game, so to speak, but also to give yourself a bit of a separation between you and your career, or you and this big thing that you're going out into the public with. Create that space where there's some sort of clear mark, as I said, where your private life, you own that, that's yours. Nobody really should be able to have the right to call you at all hours, day and night, to get you to do something in your work. So that's something that might be addressed this month for those of you who work in that type of field where your phone must always be on. Just think about it this month to see if that type of dynamic really works for you, Gemini. Does it work for you now? Yeah, where you're always on, you're always on the edge, you know, waiting for the call, waiting to jump in, waiting to fix something for somebody else. No, it's now time to go back and be in that beautiful private Gemini space. And I know there are movies going to be involved here, so it could be back-to-back movies, back-to-back TV episodes. It could be listening to some music also from the past that always reminds you of a happier time. You know, that every time you hear a certain album, it's like, oh man, this brings me back. This brings me right back. And indulge. It's a time of good food. I mean, we're almost getting ready to change seasons here now. So in the Northern Hemisphere, there is, you know, the need now to eat very hearty food like stews, soups, kind of very nourishing, high quality food. In the Southern Hemisphere, coming towards spring now, it's a time maybe to choose the best food for this season for you, where it gets a bit lighter. And also, maybe it's a good time to really go with this Pisces full moon energy with the sun in the 4th house, which can sometimes make us feel like we're in a bit of a fog, where we can't think, where you look at things within your career and you're going, why are the ideas not coming? Why can't I think? There's just this fog. So I'm going to drink another cup of coffee and another just to wake the hell up. Well, actually, if you really go with this, Gemini, the gift here is not to fight it. You're being given this lovely time to relax and dream a bit. Yeah, so ditch the 20 cups of coffee a day and allow sleep to happen also. Sleep and comfort. And at every opportunity you have, spend time with family. Dress in your comfortable, cozy clothes and just enjoy your privacy. Enjoy not having to go out that door, you know. And for some of you, in this period, there may be a real moment where you say, do I really have to work as hard as I do? Do I really have to make that commute every morning into the big city? Does that really have to happen? Or could I actually work from home? Yeah, because the sun in the 4th house could be saying, Gemini, you're smart enough to figure this out. Can you not do the stuff that you're doing from your home? Can you not make a certain space in your home, clear it out and set it all up that you can have that little workspace at home or a little creative space at home? I think it's a good idea to at least think about that, Gemini, because this is the month. If the ideas are coming, this is where it happens for you, my love. And it's a wonderful time also for you to really reconnect with your own feelings. Like I said, there may be tears this month because everything around you just feels so, you're connected emotionally to it. So you could watch TV and stuff that you always watch. Suddenly you just feel so connected and go, oh my God, this person is just so soulful, I never noticed before. And you could cry at adverts, that type of thing. You might be very interested in adding things to your family, maybe talking about enlarging your family in some way, or including, maybe this is a great time for those of you who might need a little pet to come into your house. And you might be more inclined now to take a rescue pet, because you will hear their story. For those of you interested in enlarging your family in that way through a pet, you might hear their story and say, oh my God, I can't, I have to save this animal. So it's just that real beautiful time where you look to your heart and your soul to really infuse everything in your life now with a sense of heart, soul, connection, love, purpose, doing everything from the soul and caring. This is a moment, running up to September, there might have been a moment where you didn't really care for your own needs, and now you're looking first outside to other people and caring for them, and then that slowly comes back to you, where you in turn realize that you also need to be really cared for, loved, nourished, nurtured. So that's gorgeous. Now, other things that are happening here, Gemini, Saturn and Pluto are going direct this month. And this is really powerful for you because there will be a moment this month where you get to see just how far you've come. You've been called on a lot recently to maybe help other people, for some of you, your partner, to help them in some way get on in the world. You've been very focused in helping other people's dreams come true. And this is something that is a bit long-term for you, where a lot of your energy is going into helping other people. And you're mastering this skill, Saturn, Pluto, mastering that, putting your energy into it. But at the same time, what you'll realize this month is that you cannot give, help other people to the point where your health suffers, where your soul suffers, where your nerves are on edge because the demands just get too great and the expectations from other people are just that bit too much. So you're mastering this, you're learning in a great way how to separate a little bit, know when it's time to, as I say, switch off the phone, or know when it's time to say to people, look, I can help you so far, I can help you to a point, but the next step, I mean, you must meet me halfway here, you must also be working towards helping yourself. You know, so there is a little bit of frustration that's been happening there, but it seems that you understand it a bit more this month, Gemini, and you understand how much stronger you're getting in terms of separating the needs of other people from your needs, you know. So that's a really, again, a lovely energy to be happening for you. So September 6th, Mercury goes into your 4th house, September 9th, a new moon in the 4th house. Again, all the stuff we've spoken about, but for some of you, there could be a real moment here where you decide to move home, particularly around the 9th, that you're either changing your residence, changing where you live, or definitely changing some dynamic within your family life or your home life. Maybe the balance between work life, home life has gone a bit out of kilter and you're really bringing the balance back to home life now again. Again, like I said, some of you launching or coming up with great ideas to work from home. And it could be just a case, Gemini, where you totally renovate your home. Those of you in the southern hemisphere, as we're coming towards spring, you're doing that big spring clean. And maybe it's just all about rearranging furniture, buying new things for your house that just give it more comfort. You might look around and now say, God, I actually need more comfortable clothes. I need more natural fibers in my home. You know, just things like that. It could be just as simple as buying a bunch of flowers for your dinner table. It's that, do you see where I'm going, Gemini? It's that nourishing home feeling that you're bringing in now. Yeah, it's gorgeous for you, and I really hope you enjoy it. Venus on the 9th of September travels into Scorpio, into your 6th house. Now, there could be a thing here because between the 6th and the 12th of September, there could be somebody that you're very, very interested in your work sphere. Somebody in the office that you might be highly attracted to. They might be very magnetic, or they might be a bit of a challenge to you, that you're the great communicator. You can dig deep and find out stuff about people, but this person is proving to be a bit of a challenge. And you're saying, okay, challenge accepted. I am going to learn more about this person in my workspace. I am going to find out more because they're intriguing you. They're fascinating you. But if it does come with love, I'll say that this is a month where obsessions could happen, real high magnetism, particularly with somebody that's in your office. So just be careful, because around the 12th, when you're digging deep, wanting to know more, going through social media to see if you can get the bit of scandal on them, you know, see who are they dating, what's going on, what's their past. Around the 12th, you might find out something about them that might be a little bit disappointing. You might find out that they have a few secrets that maybe you're not entirely impressed with. So it could kill the love a little bit there. But again, it's something you'll figure out. It's something. Around the 12th, there could be a thing where, something. How would I put that? Something in your work could go missing. Now, it could be documents, or it could be the job itself. Something gets a bit cloudy or confusing there, a bit misty, and it's a bit of a surprise. Like I said, keep track of work documents, keep track of important things. And also with documents, go through some old documents, Gemini, because around the 12th, you might see where there are hidden payments coming out on a bill too. Venus, 6th house money. That if you go through like your phone bill or something, just take a moment around the 12th to just go through the household bills or the office bills and see where there might be hidden charges or a hidden something that's draining money out of your pocket in some way. So just pay attention to that. Could be just something small, but it'll be to your advantage to know this. You don't want to get scammed, even if it's only something small. Now, September 11th, Mars in your 9th house. Some of you could meet a very interesting person online around September 11th. Somebody, or perhaps somebody within a large group of people or a society or a team that really changes your whole perception of things. They're a great teacher, a great educator. They've got stuff in their little bag of wisdom that you'd love to talk it out with them and find out more about them. You could learn a bunch of stuff around the 11th of September, particularly on the internet, particularly about opening your mind or changing your perspective in some way. Around September 11th, some of you could be taking a bit of a journey or a bit of a holiday vacation to somewhere, so that could be a nice thing. September 22nd, Mercury, your ruler, goes into the 5th house. So as we go through the month, see, as we start the month, Gemini, it begins, excuse me, with a lot of communication. You're busy, probably in your work sphere, in your career. And then it gets softer. It goes into the 4th house on the 6th of September. So things get all softer, as we spoke about. And then the 22nd, Mercury's on the move again into the 5th house of pleasure, play, enjoyment, romance, doing things just for the hell of it, doing things out of a sense of adventure, and also becoming very aware too of maybe the effect that you have on other people, your persona has on other people. So around the 22nd of September, encourage more just hang loose kind of vibe into your energy, because around that time you might see that your very self, your persona, the thing that you project out to other people might be affecting them or influencing them greatly. So you might suddenly feel more responsibility to kind of use that in a nicer way, for example, 23rd of September, Sun in Libra again. So you've got Mercury then and the Sun in Libra in the 5th house. So towards the end of the month, it's really all about knowing that you're doing everything in your life now from a sense of pleasure, from a sense of it coming from your soul. Because you have regrouped. The time you spent in your house was all about collecting your emotions, getting back in touch. And towards the end of the month, you're ready to bring that out and go, this is almost like a new me, where it's real, baby. This is the real me. This is the soul me. This is my spirit. What you get is what you see is what you get, kind of thing. And it's a kind of a moment where you say, I don't have to try to be anything or try to be somebody else. I can just chill and just enjoy the fact that people are enjoying me just as I am. So it's a lovely energy. It's all working up, of course, towards September 25th, full moon in Aries in your 11th house, where it all begins to kick off, where the things that you are looking forward to in the future, your dreams, desires and wishes, they all start kicking off again, and you are a leader somehow within a group of people, team of people, where you get to push and stand head and shoulders above the competition, baby. So that's nice. But we're waiting on 4 more cards, Gemini, and just to say a couple of other things. The first week in September, there could be a moment where you are called upon to help somebody who may be grieving, who may have lost somebody or something significant in their life, and they turn to you because you're so in touch with this heart space, and you are the communicator, and because you're masters of communication, one of the beautiful things that comes naturally to you is that communication isn't always about talking, but it's equally as about staying silent and just listening. And now you're listening from the heart, so you could become a bit of a magnet for people with real difficulties. Some of them might need to spend some time in your home. Maybe there's a family member who says, oh look, can I stay with you for a couple of days because I'm just a bit overwhelmed. And allow that, allow it, allow it. But as I always say to people, when people ask to come to stay, you have to always say to them, you do know you're only staying for a couple of days, right? You're not moving in. Just make that clear from the start. Okay, if these 4 cards don't come, Gemini, I'm going to choose them for you, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose the cards for you. Okay, so I chose a good one for the first one. There we go. Another one. Yeah, nice, Gemini. Okay, there's that. And then, yeah, I did okay. I hope you're impressed with my card pulling skills here, because I got you some good ones. Gemini, finally, look at the time. Look at the time. Not that you're going to be looking at the time anymore, because you are just totally relaxed and chilled. So let's look at the overview instead. Boom. Okay, and the cards. So Gemini, here we go. We open up with this card where you are feeling a bit drained psychologically, mentally, emotionally. Those people, whoever they are in your life, have been really draining the lifeblood from you. They've been emptying your cup, and you have to use this time now at home to refill those cups, because it just looks all like an emotional mess as we go into September. And this is a great time for you to, again, like I said, refill your emotional cups with anything that does that for you. Like I said, movies, food, connecting with family, connecting with your soul tribe, baby, meditating, and just feed, nourish, so that you're not so stressed out and disappointed. And this guy is a little bit, he's defeated in some way. He's felt that other people have been a bit too demanding on him, a bit too hard on him. And, excuse me, just expecting way too much. And you've reached that limit. And you will use this time now to fix that. Now, standing beside him is a card that's very fiery, very creative, very enthusiastic, somebody who's looking out to newer horizons. So what seems to be happening here, Gemini, is that when you take this time out to heal yourself emotionally and re-nourish yourself, you'll get back up on your feet, more empowered than ever, to begin again, to start again with a new creative thing. I'm getting a sense for those of you who are working in some creative field in particular, that the end of August and the start of September marks a point where you've gone as far as you can go. And now there's a stopping point. You relax, you recover, and once you're recovered, you're back out again to start in a slightly different way. Maybe to start in an entirely new career. But you're ready to take on the world again, basically. And you'll be full of enthusiasm again to do that. So, again, I'm just saying this, if you're feeling drained, know that the energy does come back this month. It really does. Now, here's the Page of Cups. Again, somebody who is trying to handle unsettling emotions, difficult emotions, maybe in yourself and in others. It's a card that's sometimes talking about self-reflection, which is what you'll be doing this month, Gemini. But also a card that says that you do have this wonderful gift, Gemini, of being able to listen to people, communicate, and really connect on a very emotional way with other people. But you're learning here with this energy of how to master that a bit more, how to not let yourself anymore get so drained that you're like this guy, that you're instead, he's the newbie, the beginner, somebody who just has the beginning of completely mastering the skill of handling emotions in a balanced way, but not quite got it yet. And he is coming in this month to show you how to just master that shit, really. I can also say here too that some of you might be quite sad and disappointed about losing something in your life, probably a dream, a career dream or a career goal that somehow seems too overwhelming to finish. But as I said, as the month continues and you're more nourished, you'll find the energy again to get back into the game and win. Because here's the world, the card where you get to step through into the next level of your life. It represents finally realizing how this game is played in some way. So when it comes to your career and being so overly emotionally attached to the needs of others, you suddenly realize this month that there is a kind of a game to this, that there's give and there's take. There's, I'll go so far to help you, but you must meet me halfway. And being quite a psychological card too, of breaking behavioral cycles, behavioral loops, this month, very soon, you realize that with Saturn and Pluto also going direct, you realize that there's a game to this, and a game that can be won, something that you can get past and get through. Now, just to say here also, Gemini, there is a kind of an element in these cards of making big breakthroughs emotionally. Possibly there may be things coming up to the surface, perhaps things that are from your past that again are coming up to be cried about or get angry about or to deal with all over again. You thought you were over these things, but here they are again. And there's a moment here where you do get to purge a little bit. And it's a great sense of release. I don't know why, but I'm hearing a moment where you need your family and not to feel embarrassed about that. You're taking great measures and great steps to be very independent from having to depend too much on the resources of other people. You know, if your life gets into a little bit of trouble in some way, if you get overwhelmed or stressed, you really don't want to have to pick up that phone and say, oh my God, here I am in another hole, can you come help me? You're determined to take care of that type of shit yourself. But again, recognize the balance here. The balance is that, yeah, sometimes you do need to make that phone call and, sorry, not to be so embarrassed to ask for family assistance in some way. Ask for their help because they do love you. Your family, your soul tribe, the people that care for you, they do love you. And don't feel embarrassed about trying to cover up where you're going wrong in your life. It might be a great month where you talk about how you're failing in some way. You might be very surprised at how empathic, about how sympathetic, about how caring they are when it comes to that. So don't be too proud, baby, to acknowledge and share where you might be overwhelmed, okay? Okay? Now, the star, hope returns. Hope returns sitting, look, these are two Aquarius cards. September 11th, Mars goes into Aquarius, where you're back up, changing your perspective, traveling, seeing the world in a different way with foreign people, foreign cultures, just being more spiritual too. The 9th house is the house of wisdom, education, learning, higher institutions, like high-level education, and also where a lot of spirituality is. So there's a real drive around the 11th of September to open your mind. So like I said, it could be some of you enrolling to university, going back to school, or really engaging with something very spiritual. Now, when this happens, we definitely have the influence of Aquarius. It could be a physical Aquarius in your life who is really spurring you on to open your mind in some way. They're trying to encourage you not to take things so seriously, to expand a bit more, educate a bit more, broaden your horizons a bit more. So an Aquarius could be very key as a catalyst in your life to really evolve in some way, shape or form. And because of this energy, a certain amount of hope and optimism returns to your life. Yeah, looking at the stars, could astrology be something that's very key for you this month? Or looking into the future, trying to uncover mysteries of time and space. You don't know. It could be something you become very interested in. But certainly you're more optimistic and enthusiastic mid-month. And we have the Queen of Swords, somebody who is defending you. There is somebody on your side ready to defend you. And I think this could be a family member, somebody within your real soul tribe. They've got your back. They've got your back. Also, with this card, this is an air card, your element, air. Being back in your element too, drawing in new inspiration, drawing in new ideas, drawing in new experiences that seem to really propel you towards some future dream or goal that you have. So it's a very positive thing that's happening there for you, Gemini. Now, beside that, we have a card of you feeling very left out. Okay, Gemini, something has happened where you're feeling a little bit like little boy or little girl lost this month. And that, I felt that there. Something is very delicate for you. Your emotions are very tender this month. And there could be a point mid to late September where you're feeling a bit left out, a bit nobody loves me, a bit not even nobody loves me, but did anybody ever really love me? Did anybody ever really understand me? Did anybody know me? Did anybody care? So work through that. I can't say, oh, you don't have to feel that, but apparently you do. Work through that and come out the other side feeling freer, feeling like the Fool, where you're liberated from these deeper feelings of nobody really ever loved me. Nobody really ever got me or really ever cared for me. I look after everybody. Who looks after me? Why do people use me? Why do people just feed from me and give me nothing that I need? So that there is that moment where you work through this, my love, and come out free of that. Free like the Fool with the sun on his back and ready to break through. Big breakthroughs, Gemini, breaking through, probably at some point realizing that a lot of people do actually love you. I'm sure they do. A lot of people do care for you. A lot of people really do cheer you on. And perhaps it's time to let go of a little bit of always feeling like the poor lost soul just floating like a feather in the wind. And so it's a wonderful time for you to come through that, okay? Now, and when you do come through that, baby, look what we have here. The realization that you're releasing a bunch of emotions, a bunch of tears, a bunch of sadnesses, a bunch of behavioral patterns when it comes to your emotions. Probably you found yourself very triggered all the time by certain people or certain situations. And instead of just having a moment where you get annoyed or upset or sad, that it could spiral you into something much deeper and prolonged that you can't snap out of quickly. Well, this month it seems to be huge, that you learn and walk through some of these patterns, that you realize that some of the sadness is just a behavioral pattern. So by the time you get that, you're free. There's rainbows. And what makes a rainbow? A rainbow happens when the sun shines through the tears. The sun is shining through your tears, baby, and it's causing a great effect in your horizon. It's allowing you to see more beauty in your horizon, allowing you to see your future with a sense of optimism and with a sense of colour, where everything before may have seemed drab, lifeless and colourless. And now you can see the magic in the skies again. Don't know why I said that. Why would you magic in the skies again? Okay, maybe some of you are working with magic, I don't know. And beside that is the card of success, success, success. There is something now towards the end of the month that you can give real soul energy to, that you can give your real heart to, that you're turning it around and focusing everything now on the things that deserve your time, that deserve your heart, that deserve your emotions. And when you do that, you get a victory, you get a success. Could be, this is a real true love card too, when you truly see towards the end of the month how many people adore you. And this gives you a great sense of victory and the will to keep moving, because now you have the support, now you have people cheering you on. I like that. Now for some of you, there really could be a mini victory towards the end of the month with some project that you're doing. You have the laurel leaves being thrown at you. There's something that people really applaud you for and celebrate you for. So that's really gorgeous. And congratulations with whatever that is. For some of you, it could be success in love. Success in love. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know how to. Anyway, so here we move on towards the end of the month. You have the energy here of defending yourself. You've picked yourself up off the floor, Gemini. You've recognized the patterns where you get locked perhaps in loops of sadness at times, or getting locked in areas where people drain your energy all the time and leave you with little or nothing. And now as we leave the month of September, you're defending yourself more. People who come at you and try to take. You're not, you're holding up the baton. You're like the gladiator saying, get the hell away from me, step back, bitch, or you're going to get this stick over the head. And you are doing it. Now that you're more infused with confidence, self-belief, and trust that your energy belongs to you. And while it's all well and good helping others, it's not a good idea ever to give so much that you're left depleted. And he's defending that right to make that clear mark. What's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. Never the twain shall meet, you know. So let's draw lines here, and I'm going to defend my corner here. You're not getting more than I'm prepared to give. Yeah. And for some of you, once you realize that, out comes the hand of God with the new soul purpose. You see the coin? It's like a new sun in the sky for you. The sun shining down on you with a new soul purpose. This symbol is the symbol of the soul. And also a way through. You see through the garden, there's a little door. So you take the coin and walk through the door. The coin is a new purpose. You're definitely changing something up within your career, definitely, because you see the potential of making new money perhaps within your career, expanding it and changing it in a way where it brings in new money. And I wish you the very best with that, Gemini. And also with your sense of purpose, how you approach things now is going to be so radically different that nobody ever gets to use you up. They don't get to use you anymore, Gemini. And I mean, I'm not saying that everybody around you, because that's a bit too overdramatic to say all the people around you are using you. It's not the point here, they're not. The point is that you're focused, or you had been focused up until now, on giving so much of your time and energy and effort to perhaps people who are a little bit too needy and people who didn't give something back to you in return. They needed more from you than they were probably able to give back to you. But as you realize that really through your family or your soul tribe, through your own inner soul connection again, you realize that you don't have to give so much to make other people happy. And perhaps the people that do make you happy, it's time to give them a little something back. So it's just wonderful soul, emotional balance that you will leave September completely mastering. And definitely at the end of the month, new money is coming, great new ideas to make money. Go for it, Gemini. So Gemini, I'm going to leave it at that. And if this is the first time seeing my videos, then please do subscribe. Join me on Facebook, I don't know what Facebook is, but Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, She Bear Tarot. I'd love you to join us there, lovely community. And in the meantime, Gemini, as always, enjoy this beautiful soul, heart energy. If there are a few tears, baby, it's all good. It really is all good. It's just helping you release, okay? I'm getting a bit teary now thinking of that, but I'm going to leave you with a big, gorgeous, gorgeous kiss. Mwah! And all my love, Gemini. Until next month.